Our Marines are so much better today. They're so much smarter, technically, book smart. I mean, I graduated in 1978, and you didn't have to even take algebra to graduate high school back then. And you can't graduate high school now without taking like college algebra, geometry, some of those other things. So the force is so much smarter. Technologically, they are so far more advanced and can make things happen faster, quicker, and easier than I could even have imagined. I mean, I was making a joke the other day, like, you know, I watched Star Trek in the 70s, and you know, that was like futuristic stuff that you thought you would never see that we use every day. You know, the thing that I think I see the biggest challenge being is when I came in, I get told what to do and I didn't ask why. And then there was a period of time to where, as the generations progressed and information became more available and easily and readily available, asking why became a good thing. Some of the old school guys thinks when somebody younger asks them why, they're doing it because, well, you know, they're asking me why because they don't think I know what I'm telling. They don't think I'm competent enough to instruct them on what to do. And that's not the case. The reason any Marine wants more information is because they want to do the best job they can for you. They're asking for more information so that they can do the research, they can formulate a better plan, because that's this generation that's used to, at the touch of a button, getting a result. To where back in my day when I was a young NCO and Lance Corporal, I mean, we bought books of stamps. I mean, we wrote letters. That was it. You had to buy phone cards and go to a phone booth to call home somewhere else. You know, so I think that's a big difference. I also kind of see that. I mean, I grew up during some rough times when the economies were really bad, and there were gas lines, and people were out of work, and you know, people had to do things, whatever they could, to get by. I think as we've progressed as a country, I think there's like a level of entitlement that people just expect certain things to just be given to them, or that there's just certain things that they expect that should be provided for them. There is nothing worth having without hard work on the front end of it. And I think that's a dynamic that I see sometimes, and not so much in the Marine Corps, but you know, when I hear about, you know, other family problems or things that are going on in the civilian world, and preparing to transition back to that. I talk to some of my peers, and they say that's something that they see that, you know, can grate them a little bit. People just think that they're owed certain things just because, you know, they're owed it, instead of doing that hard lifting on the front end. And I know in the Marine Corps we don't have that problem. And I think taking that back and utilizing that and being able to teach those things is an asset. So I'm not the kind of guy who looks back on something and will ponder whether I could have done it better or not. I'll take a lesson learned from everything and keep going forward. And I think that's what Marines do. That's what we do. We don't second guess ourselves. We learn from it and we keep going, and then we just make it better as we go. You know, I can truly say that I have had no purpose in life without my Marines on a professional level. And I just want to thank all my Marines and the service members that I've served with in other branches, that thank you for giving me purpose in life. And it has been a true honor to have that purpose. And I hope in my retirement I'll continue to help out Marines and be a part of the Marine community and do whatever I can to keep our Corps strong. Yeah, definitely. I think it's a great dynamic to talk to, because, you know, every Marine goes through boot camp or OCS. And then we go to you know, you either go to TBS or you go to, you know, infantry training school or wherever you're going to go, and you're prepared every step of the way. Your mothers and fathers and brothers and sisters and grandparents aren't. Your wife and your children aren't. They're just thrown in the pan with you. And they make a lot of sacrifices. I used to tell the Marines at Parris Island, you know, do you think your mom and dad are saying, you know, my son's down at Parris Island right now and he's trying to become a Marine? No. Your parents are telling them, hey, my son's at Parris Island and he's a Marine. You know, so that's kind of that's how the parenting part, you know, the civilian side of it looks at it. You know what I mean? It's a different lens. But I listen to them, and you know, I've learned to bite my tongue and open my mind over the last 30-some years, and listen to my kids and my mom, and you know, when my grandparents were alive, and aunts and uncles and veteran friends, and you know, and to listen to what they're saying, because they know some things that as you're in the Marine Corps longer and longer and longer, you just get used to certain ways, and you're conditioned on the certain ways things are done, and they can bring in dynamics that can help us do things better too.